I am Dr. Josh.
Really? Okay.
Doctor of Love.
I am just Banks. This is Odd Places.
Going viral.
Josh,
What's the good news, man?
humor.
Humor? That's good news. I agree.
I just started this thing where I am every day going to write a joke, and I'm going to share it. Couple things. One, humor. I think is good. Give me your take on humor.
I love it. It's the best form of communication ever invented.
Really?
Now you're not a stranger to writing jokes. So is this going back to kind of what you used to do in the 90s?
In the 90s, I did stand up. I wrote lots of jokes. I went through that joke book of 92 and about 2 months ago. I was doing a couple jokes. Got through that book, and I realized that there is a thirst, a hunger for humor. And I felt that people wanted to play a part of it, as in to make the joke better, or to say if they liked the joke or didn't like the joke.
You have any topics for this new set of jokes? Are you being topical, like on what's going on today? Is it just whatever?
It is whatever I can think of. Now, my first joke started 2 days ago, and it was a joke that I use as my children's performer. And then I thought, you know what? That's the joke. That's the joke that works. So I did it. And then yesterday I came up with a joke, and it was topical. Yeah. The
Was
joke.
it a knock knock joke?
No,
Like I love those.
no. This was a joke. It was a guy walks into a bar. Wait,
Ouch.
he's in Florida. A guy doesn't walk into a bar, and that was the joke.
That's very topical.
Yeah, that is.
Now that kind of joke doesn't age terribly well, right? I mean, in 5 years, they might be like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah. You're right. So it is topical.
It has an expiration date.
It does, which is fine because all I want to do is create a joke a day with whatever I have available to me. And yesterday, I was away from my computer, so I was doing what I was doing, and as I was doing what I was doing, I was thinking, "What's my joke going to be? What's my joke going to be?" And I sat down and go, "Okay." I just basically focused and thought, "Okay, here's where I'm going to go."
You're doing kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing a quote a day. I basically, I'm averaging, I shouldn't say every day I do one, but I'm averaging one new quote, deep thought kind of thing per day.
All right.
And I put those out there and I make a little graphic behind them and it's fun. So I like this. This is good.
Okay, so let me ask you this: is this for us, or is this for them, or is it for both of us, or is it primarily for us?
It's us all inclusive for everybody.
Okay, so basically, and we had talked about art. We talked about art or creation. Basically, we're creating something and saying, "Here, I want to share it. If you
Right.
want, if you want to have it or see it or whatever, there."
If it enriches your life, wonderful. If it doesn't enrich your life, wonderful.
Yeah.
Who the hell cares?
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, right. I mean, however, that is what art is, isn't it? I mean, it is like I'm going to create this. I'm giving it out. You take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. I used to feel. I mean, as a comedian, you want the audience to laugh. I mean, that's your intention. My intention is I'm going to write this joke and they're going to hopefully laugh. If they don't laugh, maybe you're a quota day person, or maybe
Exactly.
maybe you're a two-worder with a photograph person.
Or you're like me. I tell people I am a comedian, but just not the funny kind. And I say that seriously. Like I prep them. I'm like, I'm a comedian, but I'm not the funny kind. And usually I guess the first laugh, which is funny because it's the irony of not being funny of a title that implies you're funny. Like
Right.
it's a whole thing right there. I just tell people I'm not the funny kind of
I
comedian.
love that. I met this person online, this woman online, and we became friends through social media. And she had this super cool joke, and I loved it. I mean, and for her to share it with me just showed so much of who she was. And it was she's divorced, and she said, "Oh gosh, oh." My husband and I had a great marriage, I just didn't like her girlfriend. His girlfriend. His girlfriend. I didn't get along. It was so. I just ruined it. But it was such a funny joke. I think she had offered it. Like, I got a joke. This is my joke. Boom.
So how do you create a joke? Because this is something I've always wondered. Like, how do you actually just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write something funny? It's kind of like the joy we were talking about a few episodes ago. Like, how do you make funny?
Okay, so it has to be something I feel that resonates with you, that is funny to you. Okay, so what's a topic that is funny to you today? What's a topic that's funny to me? I
I
had
think
some.
everything is funny. I don't.
Okay, okay,
I
all
can
right.
find humor in everything. I can find humor in the biggest of tragedies, even.
Okay, so with me, what I do is I try to basically, I don't know.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just a natural. I can't explain it, Josh.
No. There's a beginning where you set up the joke. You're telling them. It's like any storytelling. There's a middle, which is you're going broad. A guy walks into a bar. Okay, let's just take that joke. Guy walks into a bar. It's broad. No, he doesn't. All of a sudden, I threw something at you. We're like, wait. He's in Florida. Bars are closed. I didn't have to say bars are closed, but he didn't walk into a bar because he's in Florida. We all know bars are closed in Florida. So there's a beginning, which is usually pretty broad, a middle, which specifies it, brings it down to something that you're pointing at, and then the twist at the end is something that you would never thought would happen, or so true. Oh yeah, it's Florida. My God, yeah, everything's closed. I mean, not everything, but the bars are closed.
And I love that joke because I love how it's topical. Because there's ridiculous jokes, right? There's jokes that depend on being hyperbole and totally ridiculous, and then there's jokes that are topical that just kind of like more ironic, and I like those jokes.
Yeah, I tell you, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I told her, I said, I don't tell jokes well. I can't. I just don't. Hey, I don't feel comfortable in it. I can write them. Writing is getting them focused. I mean, few words, get to the point, say the punchline. You know, if I could just say punchlines after one after another, that's the ultimate.
All right, I got a challenge for you.
Okay.
Let's assume I'm not funny, which is a pretty safe assumption. Make me funny. What can I do to get funnier? Make me funny.
Okay, you ready? Become so authentic. Know yourself so well. I mean,
Okay.
when you have it in the back of your mind, I got to say this because it's funny or because I want to make them laugh or whatever. Know that about yourself. Hey guys, something funny just occurred to me. Boom, here it is. Okay, you see, when I think everybody has that funny gene. They just have to look at their own lives and find out what is humor in it. What is it? I have a big nose. I can talk about that. It's not a big nose. I just have a small face. Boom, that's the joke.
Yeah. Oh, I do that with my hair. I just realized that. I say I'm not bald. I just grew too tall for my hair. Like the hair stayed the same height and I just kept growing.
Yeah.
Or I say it's the same length. It went in my head, out my chest. So it's just the same. My hair never changed, right?
Yeah. So find out what you think is funny and then share it. That's what it is. Here's what I noticed is when I was doing stand-up, I was trying to be funny and I was just try. And I realized I'm just not that funny when I try. When I don't try, when I sit back and go, oh, and it's more philosophical. It's more, and this comes back to what I was talking to my friend. I was like, I want to be like George Carlin. I want to be philosophically funny. I want to be like, hey, you know what? It's not my nose. It's my face is small. Yeah. He was brilliant. And so is, there's many of them out there. There's, who's the guy that got
Bill Cosby.
No, not that one. There's another one. two syllables up front. RC, no, LK, TK, LK. Funny guy,
Huh.
funny, philosophical. He could talk
Yeah.
about his kids, and it was just funny, and it was ridiculous. I mean, it was real and funny at the same time. So
Yeah, I think I'm a cross between Sam Kinison and Stephen Wright.
right,
I love that dry humor of Stephen Wright, and then the obnoxiousness and the call you out for whatever you're doing wrong, Sam Kinison style.
right, right.
Fun.
I'm Banks.
I'm Josh, Dr. Josh.
Odd places going crazy here.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, my hair is nuts too. You just can't tell.